Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you are doing fantastic this morning. Welcome to KUTV Kenya. That amazing music is coming to you courtesy of Art and Culture Monday right here on KUTV Kenya. And my name is Karen Blessing and I'm here to bring you vibes on this Monday morning. I hope that you are doing amazing because I am. I hope that your April has started in style. I hope that you are doing good. It's cold outside, so please wear something warm if you're headed out. Just know most parts of the country are cold, all right? So if you can put on something warm, please go ahead and do exactly that. So today is the 8th of April. The year, of course, is 2024. Karibuni sana. I've not seen you guys this month, so happy new month. I hope that you are doing fantastic. This also is the 15th Monday of the year 2024. Monday number 15 since we began. That means that 15 weeks have gone by in the course of the year 2024, which means that we have exactly 37 more weeks or 37 more Mondays to go to the end of 2024. I hope that you know by now that first quarter is done. The first Q of the year is done and dusted. We are right here into the second quarter. I hope that the things that you had planned to achieve in the course of the first quarter are done. And you know, you've wrapped up that. We are headed into the second quarter and we are in here and ready to do this. If you've not started, worry not, because this is exactly why we are here this morning. To just bring you amazing vibes, make your Monday feel like a Saturday morning, and just keep you on your toes to go on to those goals that you have been planning. And you know, the second quarter of your dreams is about to start right about now. We have an amazing show lined up for you. Of course, as always, as we always do, we are going to be starting with our roads update, especially because it is raining, so we need extra keenness on that. And then we are going to be going on to our news updates. And then we are going to be hosting amazing guests like we do every other Monday. So today we are going to be talking all matters plays. We are going to be talking about a specific play because we are Art and Culture Monday. If we don't talk about plays, we are not having good conversations as we should. So we are going to be talking about a specific play called Loose Ends. You don't want to miss that conversation. You really, it's a play in Kibicho and you do not want to miss this one. All right, so stick around for that specific conversation. After that, we are going to be talking matters art and exhibitions because again, it's part of Art and Culture Monday. So we're going to be talking about art and exhibitions at length. And one Derek Ibalai is actually going to be here helping me disseminate that conversation. So that is another one that you honestly do not want to miss. All right, so stick around for that one. It's going to be an amazing show. And of course, before we go, we are going to be bringing you our art calendar, telling you where you can be, how much it will cost you, whether we are giving you free tickets, which we are, by the way. Spoiler alert, we have a few tickets that we are going to give you for the play that is Loose Ends. So stick around. You know, if you're around, you will know how to participate and get yourself a free ticket to go and watch an amazing play. That is going to be Art and Culture Monday on this 8th of April. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get this show started. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As promised, we are going to be starting on our traffic check to see how our roads are doing this morning. A few parts of the country are still raining as we speak, so like I said, keep warm and also know to make some extra time. You know the way you make time on Mondays because of traffic jam, you need to make some extra time because when it is raining, we know it gets worse. But courtesy of Mathri route on X, Mombasa Road is not doing great. There is traffic at different points along Mombasa Road, so please, if you can use an alternative route, go ahead and do so. If you can make some time, additional time to count in for the traffic, you are going to have done yourself a great favor. Thika Road as well, there is a bit of traffic along Githurai, there's a bit of traffic at Allsops, and of course at Muthaiga there is also a bit of traffic. So at different points as well as you head into the CBD, there is traffic jam along Thika Road. So make time for that, or if you're already there, Worry not, because we are keeping you company, because right about now we are streaming on YouTube sahitu. So if you have just left the house ama you're planning to leave the house, you can stream live on YouTube at KUTV Kenya. All right, you can get us there and we can keep you company for the rest of your journey as you head into the CBD or at work or wherever it is that you are headed to this morning. There's also a bit of traffic. Outer Ring Road is moving smoothly. There's a bit of traffic, but traffic is moving well on both sides. So slowly but moving, which we appreciate for a Monday morning. That is Outer Ring Road. And then I want us to go through some few tips during this rainy season, because with heavy rainfall being experienced in most parts of the country, there are some few safety tips that I want to go over with you in just a minute for you to just keep in mind for safety, because also, like we have seen, there are a lot of accidents everywhere in the country. So if you can please be safe, go ahead and do exactly this and practice these safety tips. Number one is maintain your wipers. Yeah, when it is raining, just maintain your wipers moving, okay? So that it is clear at all times. Number two, safe following distance. This is not the time to back on the road. Please give yourself space from the car that is ahead of you so that you have enough braking time, braking space as you drive, okay? Another one is keep to the speed limit. I do not think we can insist on this enough. Please keep to the speed limit. You will have given yourself a big advantage in case of trouble, in case of the car in front of you misbehaving. You can be able to easily control your car if you are within the speed limit, okay? Another one is switch your lights on. I know it's during the day, but sometimes it's misty, it's foggy. If you can switch your lights on, it will be easier for you to see and for the driver in front and behind you to also be able to see you. So if you can keep your lights on, that will also be a good one. Again, plan your departure times. All right, make time. Like we always say, if you know you need to be at the CBD at 10 a.m. from depending with wherever you're coming from, give yourself enough time to be able, to stay in traffic. That way you're not going to be driving carelessly, because you will not be late, because you have planned your departure time. I think those are a few tips that are helpful to all of us really as road users. Despite whether you're driving or you're being driven, these tips are actually safe, are going to provide safety for each and every one of us. I hope that you have learned something this morning as we close our Mathri route updates from X. You can keep me posted because I am here in studio. I'll be here all the way to 10 a.m. And like I've said, we are streaming live on YouTube, so you can go there, drop your comment, let me know how traffic is doing. Let other road users know how traffic is doing on your side. Thank you very much. We are wrapping up our roads updates right about there. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Art and Culture Monday right here on KUTV, and you're with me, Karen Blessing. And this is the show that comes to your screen every Monday morning, 7 a.m. all the way to 10 a.m. just to give you good vibes. Good vibes for the morning. Our discussions are around art and culture, like the name of the show. But most importantly, we are just here to start your week in style, to make sure that you're not feeling like Monday morning blues. You're feeling more like Thursday afternoon, really. Just to make sure that you're having a great time, a great start of the week, you're motivated the right way, and just that you have the right vibes on. And today, we are doing that courtesy of an amazing show that has been planned. We are going to be taking a look at our news updates in a few. Of course, we have done our roads updates. We did a rundown of the show. We are going to head on to our news updates. But before we do that, we have two sets of amazing guests that are going to be joining me in the show, and you need to be in the know because our conversation number one, we are talking all matters plays, and this specific play is called Loose Ends, and it is a play adapted actually by Marvin Kibicho. And if you know Marvin Kibicho, he does amazing work. He's a great playwright, honestly, a great thespian, and I cannot wait to see with what he did. I cannot wait to see what he did with this adaptation, and you know, to get to understand why is it even called Loose Ends. Let's start from there. And like I said, there's some more good news on that line because we have free tickets. We have free tickets that we have for you for the play Loose Ends. So if you keep it right here, you might as well win yourself a ticket. So stick around for that conversation. You know, we're going to ask very simple questions that are going to give you a free ticket. So stick around for that specific conversation. On our conversation number two, we're going to be talking all about art and exhibitions. And we've not had that conversation in a minute actually. So we are going to be seated down with Derek Ibalai, and we are going to be understanding more to do with art and exhibitions and where he will be and what he does really. We are going to disseminate that very, very nicely for you, and you might just get yourself a date to go, you know, and get an experience of some art exhibitions coming your way. So this show is lit. It's going to be amazing. I want you to be in here for each and every of the conversations. So stick around. Like I said, you're talking to me on KUTV Kenya on YouTube, where we are streaming live right about now. So drop me your comment right there. Let me know, are you excited for the guests that we are having for the day? How are you feeling? Is it cold wherever you are? You know, just let me know how your morning is doing in a nutshell. But right about now, let's move on. We want to take a look at our news updates this morning to get to understand exactly what is happening in the country on the news making headlines. We are starting off with matters healthcare, and healthcare providers should be aware the amount of money the government can spend on their pay and the benefit is limited. This is according to President William Ruto. The president emphasized that the nation cannot continue to live beyond its means, while stating that the government cherishes the job that the doctors and interns do in the health sector. According to President Ruto, his administration is attempting to bring the nation's wage bill down to the legally mandated 35% from its current 47%.
I know we have a situation in Kenya with our doctors and interns. I want to implore on them that it is important for us as a nation to agree that we must live within our means. We must live within our means, fellow countrymen and women. We cannot continue to spend the money we don't have. And I am telling our friends, the doctors, that we mind about them, we value the service they give to our nation, but we must live within our means. The resources we have are only sufficient to pay 70,000 shillings for intern doctors. It is not a salary. It is a stipend for only 1 year, and then they will be employed. And we want all our doctors, all our doctor interns to be taken in, and that is why we are going to spend the resources that we have to make sure all the 1,500 plus or minus doctors, all of them are absorbed at once.
Moving on to more in the health sector, patients admitted at Thika Level 5 Hospital in Kiambu County are now at risk of contracting diseases after the cleaners at the busy facility downed their tools over unpaid 7-month salary. This comes amidst the ongoing doctor strike that has run for over 20 days, as Salma Swale reports.
At the center of a simmering row that could further paralyze operations of medical services is delayed salaries of over 60 cleaners at Thika Level 5 Hospital, employed under Nehru Kenya Limited for 7 months. The cleaners have donned their tools today amidst medic strike, where few patients have been left at the hospital under the care of nurses. Biashara Ward MCA Kennedy Mwangi, who came in to address the stranded cleaners, divulges that Kiambu County has paid the contractor and that it should own up and pay the cleaners, as well as calling upon the governor to intervene and change the management of Thika Level 5 led by its superintendent as a way of streamlining operations at the health institution.
Sisi kama serikali ya county tumelipa kampuni ya Nehru pesa zao. Nayo kampuni nao wanafaa walipe wafanyikazi wao. Imagine miezi 7 haujapata mshahara wako. Na mimi kile ningesema ni wiki ijayo, tutawapea wiki ijayo mpaka siku ya Tuesday ama Thursday. Muwe mumewalipa pesa zao. La sivyo tutawachukulia hatua sasa za kisheria.
Cleaners led by Samuel Kinyo and Jacqueline Naliaka lament that their boss have been taking them in circles whenever they demand to know the progress of processing their dues, revealing that despite getting meager salaries, the employers have been unwilling to remit the dues, forcing most of them to become beggars.
Tunafanya kazi kwa bidii, lakini mshahara inakuwa ni shida kutokea. Inafika tunafanya kazi hata zaidi ya miezi 7, tukigoma tunalipwa moja, tunaambiwa tungojee hiyo ingine. Tunakaa tena zaidi ya miezi zingine June 4, inafika 9, tunalipwa 2, tunaambiwa tungojee hiyo ingine. Sasa imefikia mahali tumeitisha last month. Tukaambiwa tungojee ikifika katikati ya mwezi wa 3 tutakuja kulipwa. Ikafika mwisho wa mwezi hakuna mwenye alituuliza swali ama mwenye alikuja kutuambia kuhusu mshahara yetu inaenda aje.
Mi ninge-suggest kwa governor tukue ada the county government instead of being kwa ada Nehru, cause hii contract ya Nehru sometimes unapata wanatuzungusha, yani pesa yetu haitoki, wanakaa kutuzungusha, mara tunatumwa kwa administrator, tunatumwa kwa med soup.
This has paralyzed the normal functioning of the hospital, with garbage remain uncollected while some equipment used in delivery of medical services stay unwashed. Salma Swaleh, KUTV.
Moving on, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has assured Kenyans working and living abroad that the country is secure and the economy has recovered. While addressing over 400 members of the diaspora community in Kigali, Rwanda, the Deputy President urged Kenyans living abroad to invest in Kenya and purchase the government's affordable houses. Listening.
There is political stability in the country. This was Deputy President's sentiments in Kigali, Rwanda, where he met over 400 Kenyans living in that country. The Deputy President condemned the distribution of substandard fertilizers to government stores and said police detectives will arrest persons involved in the scam.
Out of the many suppliers who are given, only one, with only 50,000 bags, brought something that is not acceptable. But if you look at the percentage, it's actually negligible. We are not saying it is right, it is very wrong, it's unacceptable. And our security and investigative agencies have swung into action. And people will go to court. But those 50,000 bags cannot interfere with our food security because the percentage is little.
On the issue on passport processing delays, the DP said the government will acquire new modern equipment within 45 days.
Government has also developed the global labor market strategy that will facilitate the securing of jobs for our citizens abroad. This strategy is part of the interventions to create safe migration pathways for our people. Our target is to have this skilled human capital secure job opportunities abroad, especially the youth who are creative, innovative, skilled, and ready to explore the world as they work. Indeed, as I walked in, I came through an exhibition displayed by our Kenyan people. And the level of creativity and innovation is on another level.
During the Diaspora Engagement Forum, the Deputy President also appraised the group on implementation of various government development agenda, such as the affordable housing and enhancement of the diaspora affairs. Gachagua has called on them to invest back in the country, and especially in the housing program.
I call on you to join us in focusing on key sectors that are integral to our nation's development, as well as offer promising opportunities for investment, mainly in the better priority areas of agricultural transformation, micro, small, medium enterprises, housing and settlement, the healthcare program, digital superhighway, and the creative economy. We are keen to work with you to harness your networks in order to channel both investment opportunities and knowledge and technology transfer that will make our economy thrive and move Kenya forward.
On Kenya's economic situation, the Deputy President said, resulting from hard work of President William Ruto, the economy is showing visible and greater signs of recovery. He said President Ruto has also contained the cost of living, highlighting appreciation of the Kenya shillings against the dollar, hiring of 56,000 teachers to bridge the teacher-student ratio, and development program of the government.
The National Assembly is processing a recommendation by the President to have the official opposition leader anchored in law, so that the leader of official opposition can go to Parliament and hold the government to account from a dignified position instead of going to the streets.
Gachagua praises comes at a time when President William Ruto is still stressing on increasing productivity so as to boost the economy, with the agriculture sector being hit hard by the distribution of fake fertilizers. Edward Nyamo, KUTV.
Moving on to matters education stakeholders in Bomet County have urged the government to invest in TVETs in the country. Speaking at Bomet Central Training College, the institution's chair of the Board of Governors, Bishop Augustine Rugut, reiterated that TVETs was the way to go for the youth who failed to meet the university pass mark. Rugut stated that college started in 2020 and has continued to grow and change the landscape of the area. According to him, the country requires more technical skilled labor, adding that TVETs will transform the country's economy.
Actually, TVET is changing landscape in the economy of this country. I believe this is the right way to go. Before, you could find people with a D, IE. Sometimes they don't go far. But with the different colleges, even the villages nowadays, you'll find we have electricians, we have plumbers, we have carpenters, and they are doing great work. Because of late, almost every village, there is electricity. And those services are required. People require connectivity of electricity, plumbing, all of this technical work. The government will appreciate. And my prayer is, if they will now continue funding, we need more funding in these technical colleges. From what I've learned as a chairman of the Board of Governors, we need a lot of funding because this is where life is.
Now to some international news. Decisions by Florida's High Court this week opened a way for both tighter restrictions on abortion and the ability of Florida voters to decide this November whether to undo those restrictions. VOA's correspondent Scott Stans reports.
Florida's Supreme Court this week opened the way for a ban on abortions after 6 weeks to take effect in May. But it also put abortion on the November ballot in Florida, allowing voters to decide whether to include broad abortion rights in the state constitution. That makes reproductive rights even more of an election issue in Florida and in this year's presidential race. Nearly 50 years of federal protections for abortions were overturned in 2022 by the U.S. Supreme Court, of which 3 justices were appointed by former President Donald Trump. Ending the protections given in a case called Roe v. Wade is something the presumptive Republican nominee has campaigned on.
I got it done. I get a kick out of these candidates and even the other side. Well, I don't no, I think I'm more pro-life. I'm this. And somebody stood up, a woman stood up and said, this guy ended Roe v. Wade. How the hell can you go against him? And I sort of said that myself, actually. But I'm proud to be the most pro-life president in American history.
But since that high court decision 2 years ago, abortion has been a losing political issue for Republicans in referendums in Ohio and Kansas. Reproductive rights are a centerpiece of President Joe Biden's re-election campaign.
Trump proudly says, quote, after 50 years, with no one coming close, I was able to kill Roe v. Wade. That's a statement. You've seen it on television. Well, he's talking about how Donald Trump killed Roe v. Wade. He says it has to be punishment for women exercising their reproductive freedom. Trump and MAGA Republicans are responsible for the chaos that followed, and they're now calling for a national ban on choice for every state, in every state, not just what is in law now.
In this campaign, Trump has not endorsed a national abortion ban. He was asked this week about the Florida decision.
Mr. President, do you support the 6-week abortion ban that the Florida Supreme Court just upheld?
We'll be making a statement next week on abortion.
The issue of reproductive rights in this presidential election will also be fueled by a coming Supreme Court decision on whether to tighten restrictions on access to the drug most used to start medication abortions. Scott Stearns, VOA News.
Moving on to matters agriculture, avocado farmers in Kisii County are now expecting additional income after the county government recommended farming of a new variety of avocado. Caroline Kimwele with the details.
The Kisii County government has called on farmers to try a new variety of avocado farming, which they believe has the potential to generate additional income, thereby aiding farmers' earnings. This new variety of avocado, known as Hass avocado, has been raised at the Kisii Agricultural Training Center, and farmers have been encouraged to acquire the seedlings from the center.
We are urging our farmers to come and collect this Hass avocado for planting in their farms. We project that if all our farmers within the county are going to come, we will have planted an acreage of 80 hectares of land. And this will enable our farmers to have money in their pocket so that they can carry out other economic activities.
The County Executive Committee member for Agriculture Kisii County, Elijah Obori, has announced that 80 acres of land have been set aside for planting the seedlings.
Our intention and the intention of our governor is that our farmers will come forward and collect these trees. So we have, every ward is going to, it has an allocation of 4,000 seedlings. And currently our officers who are in the field are getting names of the farmers who are interested in getting the Hass avocado tree.
However, farmers are expected to buy these seedlings at a subsidized price of 100 shillings instead of 250 shillings, while those from outside the county will buy at 150 shillings.
This plant, we are going to give it out at 100 shillings, and that is a subsidized price because normally this Hass avocado goes at 250.
Obori has assured farmers that there is a ready market for this avocado variety both within and outside the country, and that farmers have been ensured increased income to improve their economic welfare. Caroline Kimwele, KUTV.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That's where we put a comma on our news updates, but not to worry, because if you keep it KUTV Kenya, more updated news pieces are going to be coming your way at 6:30 for Kiswahili news and 9 p.m. for our English news. So keep it KUTV Kenya and you'll be posted on everything and anything that is happening in the country. But right about now, we want to take a short break. When we come back, our hour 2 begins officially.
From the hospital corridors, we bring you experts to discuss issues affecting your health, from diet to mental health. The familiar and the ignored are both put into perspective. We then dive into the environment and look at the effects of climate change and its solutions. Join me, Mutegi K. Martin, every Friday at 9 p.m. as we learn on how to better our health while taking care of our environment. Only on KUTV.
Maelfu na maelfu ya wahamiaji wakiwa na watoto kutoka nchi za Amerika ya Kati wanaendelea kuwasili kwenye mpaka kati ya Marekani na Mexico.
But folks, I'm going. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Ni habari kutoka pembe zote duniani.
Pepo pasi vuguvugu. Pepo pa ni idea.
Sazidi ananyonya, hanyonyi vizuri, anakuwa hayuko comfortable.
Jeshi la Jamhuri ya Kidemokrasia ya Kongo linapambana na waasi wa ADF.
Kwa sasa wanatoa wito kwa mashirika, makampuni na vile vituo vya uchukuzi.
Mambo mengi yatakwenda kama yalivyopangwa.
Hapa ni kuna mmoja wa viongozi wa chama cha wavuvi katika eneo hili.
Zaidi tunajaribu kuwapa chanjo ili ina boost ama inanyanyua kinga ya mwili, hiyo inaenda kupelekea kupambana na virusi.
Ni Dunia ni leo, Jumatatu mpaka Ijumaa, moja kwa moja kutoka VOA Swahili, Washington DC.
Is your first time?
Yeah, I'm kind of scared, but I can do this.
Yeah.
Mess with me. Yeah, let's do this, man.
Ni kaunti maarufu kwa kuzalisha maziwa na ukuzaji wa majani chai. Pia, serikali ya kaunti inawahimiza wakulima kukumbatia mitindo mingine ya kilimo kuzidisha mapato.
Kama kuna kikundi moja inafanya biashara ya kuuza kuku, hao pia tumewafadhili kuwafunza jinsi ya kuhandle zile kuku kwa sababu wanaleta kwa wingi.
Haya yote tunakuletea katika Boresha Kilimo, toleo la kaunti ya Bomet.
Kilimo ni nguzo kubwa kwa ujenzi wa taifa.
Welcome back. welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Hope that you are doing fantastic. We are officially into our second hour. We are at 8:06 a.m. and we're happy because our first hour has went by real quick. We're about to have our two conversations of the day. Well, one of our two conversations of the day. But before we do that, there is some comments coming in. We are streaming live on YouTube right about now. So you're looking for KUTV Kenya. The show that is streaming live right there is this one. So you can get there and drop your comment. Gallant Hanky anasema, oh, I'm excited for the guest of the day, Precious Pressy. And she's around. She's here. So we are about to have that conversation. And like I told you, we have free tickets for this very play that is coming along. So it is upon you to watch, actually listen in to the conversation that we are having, participate, and just tell me one of the roles, one of the characters in the play. If you hack that one, you're going to be getting a free ticket to actually go and watch the show that is going to be this Friday and this Saturday. So stick around for this conversation. Of course, talk to me on YouTube where we are streaming live. Be part and parcel of this conversation. And Gallant, thank you for waiting around. I'm going to be waiting for you to keep me, looped in, or to keep yourself looped in into this conversation so that we can understand all about the play that is Loose Ends. My guests are already here, so let's not waste time and jump right in. Right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am happy to have company in studio, and not just company, but great thespians with me on set, and we are going to be discussing all matters the play that is Loose Ends. And since they're here, this is going to be fun, short and sweet. So just say hello to the people at home. Tell us your name, what you do, before we jump into the conversation of the day. Let's say ladies first, Derek.
Yeah,
ladies first.
Hi, my name is Pressy Precious.
Yes.
I am the lead actress in the play Loose Ends.
Yes, perfect. Thank you, Precious, for being here.
Thank you.
Pleasure to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, Derek.
Yeah, my name is Derek Omondi. Yeah, I'm a director, actor, filmmaker, TV director, theater director, and of course I'm the director Loose Ends. Yeah, in this particular play that we are having.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's start from right here. You wear many hats. I know you're here to talk matters directing Loose Ends, but let's pull up kidogo and just get to understand Derek. Derek, when did you get into the creative space? Because you're in theater, you're in TV, you're in film, so let's just call it in a nutshell, creative space.
Well, just like any other thespian, of course, people have this kind of a track of history where they begin right from high school during drama festival.
Yes.
But I can say it wasn't that much of a involved kind of a participation because I wasn't not that much into plays in drama. It was majorly in narratives, modern dance.
Yeah.
You get solo passes. Then after that, of course, I landed a contract with an organization known as the Leisure Arts by then. And due to one way or the other, one reason or the other, the contract got terminated after a year.
Yeah.
And then now I was ushered directly into the set book nation, where now I started performing set books in high schools back then under Rainbow Arts Production.
Yes.
That was basically in 2019, 2020, and of course now when COVID came, now we at least had a halt, and then now entering into Kenyatta University as a student for theatre arts and film technology, now it became now much of a professional commercial theatre and film.
Yes. Which was your favorite book to play in the set books?
Of course, I got when we were doing Blossoms of the Savannah, and I can say it was my most favorite.
Yes.
Because of the culture, you know, cultural aspects of the Maasai people. It was a very interesting book to work with.
Okay, that is nice. So let's still kidogo too before we get to where we are right now. So you set books happened, and then you decided to actually do theater professionally.
Yeah.
What triggered that decision? Did you always know that this is what you wanted to do as a career?
I believe when I was during the drama time in high school, when I was you know, doing it for school, and of course landing the contract with leisure arts, that's when now I realized that this is something which is unique in me, and it's like a calling. You get that? So that's when I had it in me that this is something that I can pursue as a life career, not only as a talent but a life career, because you know, I got to know this other dimension of theater and even film, whereby it's not only being done for entertainment, but it's also being done to create awareness, creating changes, and also somebody can earn a living out of it.
Actually,
you get that? So that's the major thing that triggered me to do it, because I believe that in me is the power to create a change, the power to speak out to the universe, whatever I have within me, the power to portray the artistic frequency and vibrations to different people or different audiences that need to tap into it.
Exactly. And I think from your previous works, if you've not seen it, Loose Ends is the opportunity. But if before that, I think from the times I have seen you on stage, you are a talented thespian. You tell a story with your heart. I think as I was telling you before this began, I experienced you like for a nice amount of time during the play in sickness and in health, and just the speed of speech in your part of in sickness and in health was quite a lot. So if you do not know Derek, maybe it's time. You need to come to Loose Ends to understand exactly the kind of talent that he is. Let's talk to Precious kidogo, because I have not had the pleasure of experiencing your talent. But let's go back kidogo to when did you get into theater?
I got into theater in 2021. 2021 is where I started getting into theater, acting, because before theater I was doing music, and through music, actually you can say through music is where I got to do acting, because most of the roles I'm being called in, it comes with, do you know what to sing? Yes. Okay. And acting? Yes. So singing is the one that has actually propelled me in my acting career, and that is how it just began. I started in 2021 and 2022, and now I'm here.
Could you sing a little?
Okay.
An a cappella of some sort. You know, if this is what is opening doors for your career, we'd love to even a verse, just a verse.
Okay. Yes. I'm going to sing a song from another play we are doing called Caged Lion. Yeah. Thought I'd find a way. Thought I'd find a way out, but I'll never run away. So I guess I gotta stay now. Oh, I hope someday I'll get to be heard in here, even if it'll take all night or 100 years. Need a place to live, so I could not dwell in a test here. All alone, heart made of glass, my strength is gone. Tear me to pieces, flesh to bone. I want to find my home.
Sour, somewhat on set. Thank you. You have such a lovely voice, and to think that it's just with your lapel and just in studio randomly. Well, what can you do on stage? You know. So we are excited, and again, that's another reason to come and watch Loose Ends. You never know. Unaweza kuwa hapa kule. She's dropping 1 or 2 bangers. I am honestly excited. Thank you, Precious, for that. I want to go back to Derek Kidogo. How did you meet Son of Man production?
I met Son of Man when we were still doing set books, by the way.
Yes.
Now
that's a while.
yeah,
Yes.
I was now in school, and of course, you know, the comrade life, you need to find something else to do, at least to cater for you, you know, other needs. You get that. So a friend of mine that we were with in the previous production, that we were based in Kisumu, called me abruptly. They were doing, I think, Blossoms and Kigogo, and of course one of their characters who was supposed to be doing Sudi in Kigogo was not there, was not picking their calls, and already they were in school. So akanipigia simu, and they were in Machakos, I think so. So I was just in the house sleeping, and he told me, can you come to Machakos like right now? We have a show. So I was like, okay, need to me a fare. No? So on my way and there, and then now I met Beryl Ohondo, who is the production manager, Son of Man, and of course Marvin Kibicho is the producer and director, and that's how we started working from there. Come last year is when now we ushered, they ushered me now to the the professional theater, having started just I think a span of a year kidogo too, but I've been there because I've been working with Fifth Wheel Conservatoire and Nairobi Performing Arts under Stuart Nash when we did Sarafina, so I already had the professional theater kind of skills, and now when they were starting they needed new talents, and they told me si ukuje tufanye huku hii side pia tujenge, and that's how now we got into now the professional theater.
Yes. How has it been working with Son of Man production?
Son of Man, just like the name itself. Son of Man is full of grace.
Yes.
God's grace, because we don't have all the resources that we have, but everything is just running smoothly. You get, like, we do a show and the audience reception is just good, the skills that we have, you just wake up one morning and you're like, I've never done this before. Like, now it's my first time directing in a professional theater.
True.
You get that, for a national theater performance.
Exactly.
And I was like, will I really manage that? But you just wake up, and because you believe that somebody like now Beryl already is raising altars, tunaziitanga kuinua madhabahu. The skills just come in. You believe you are tapping into the frequency of Bezalel, as in the Bible, and get that, and you just wake up and you realize you have this kind of new creativity, and you're seeing things in a different kind of direction and angles, and it's a very good platform for growth. And the fact that the producers and the director, they believe in us so much, and they're giving us opportunities to at least up our games and grow into different dimensions. Because now I enter as a director, a friend of mine comes, enters as a sound engineer. The next time we switch roles. I do sound, they do this. The next time you'll see me on stage again. Like now in Sickness and Health, you saw me on stage. On Drums of War, I was the assistant director. Now I'm the director here. And of course, now in Cage Lion, which we are also doing the same day as we are doing also this one, I'm also an actor. So you have the opportunity to do a couple of
to be versatile.
To be versatile.
Exactly, because I feel like Son of Man has given you guys that opportunity of you can move, you can be on set, off set, doing a lot of other things that theater encompasses, because it is a lot more than just actors and actresses on stage.
Exactly.
Yes, Precious, on the other hand, how did you meet Son of Man?
It started when I was in town. Then Marvin just called me and told me, hey, I got your number from so-and-so. One question, do you know how to sing? And I'm like, yes, I know how to sing. I want us to meet so that you can sing for me. I know how I'll cast you. So by then I wasn't available because I was in another theater production. So he told me if I can send him an audio. So I sent him the audio, and he was like, you know what, you are in.
Wow.
Yeah. Now that is how I started working with Son of Man. This is my first time.
Yes.
And to be honest, it is a very amazing production.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a production where they, you know, expand your limit as an actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I like that. I hope that Marvin Kibicho is watching this one and just knowing about the amazing works that he's actually doing, not just in the production, but touching the lives of the people in the production. All right, let's talk about the reason why you're here, the heart of the story, Loose Ends. And Derek being the director, take me through. Did you bump into Loose Ends? It is actually from, let me get the name right. This is an adaptation of David Harrower's Blackbird. Did you just happen to, you know, stagger into that one? Or was it something that you had been reading? You're like, okay, this one could be. Or how exactly did you come about Loose Ends?
Well, Marvin Kibicho is the writer.
Yes.
And of course is the one who came up with the idea, because for the first time he wanted to tap into a two-hander kind of a production. And we had two of them. I can't remember the other one, but Blackbird was one of them.
Yeah.
And people came to choose Blackbird, and then now we started adapting it. So initially I'd never interacted with Blackbird before, and now this was the time, because now when he gave me the mandate of becoming the director, I had to do the research. I had to watch the play that David Harrower directed back then in the 1990s and 2000s, early 2000s, and also watch the film, because there's a film of it again. So seeing how they were playing with this concept of, you know, Blackbird and what are the themes and stuff, and understanding from that point of view. Now when he now adapted it to a Kenyan version, having the setting of Nairobi, now calling it Loose Ends, is when now I came now to tap into it fully, because now it was kind of quite similar, but again now a whole different dimension of it. Now you have to look at it from now the angle of the audience that you are targeting, and also now the environment and the setting that you have. So that's how I came to interact with it, because now he gave me the mandate. So he was the writer, and now I'm giving it now the directing and artistic vision that it ought to have.
Exactly. Precious, what was your reaction upon receiving the script? Because now you're like, okay, you can sing. At some point I know now you had to go in person. When you first read the script, what did you feel like?
First of all, what was running in my mind was like, wow, this character is totally different from who Precious really is, and the normal roles that I'm usually given. This is a complete turnover for me as an actor, because in other production, in other roles, I've been given roles that people will see that this role belongs to Precious, but this one people will be like, well, is this you? So it is a complete turnover for me as an actor. It has a wide range of emotions. It has wide range of psychotic things that's happening in the play, and I just can't wait to perform it on stage, because it's a really challenging play, and I like a challenge.
Exactly.
Yes.
Marvin does have an eye for the psychotic, so there's a lot of that. I was expecting some sort of that. Let's talk about adaptation kidogo, Derek, and just adapting foreign, for lack of a better word, a foreign play into a Kenyan version, making it feel like, you know, because when I read the synopsis, I'm like, this is a story that I know that has happened somewhere in this country. Like, the concept is not foreign, but now just bringing it, adapting it to a Kenyan version, telling it our own way, especially from you as a director. How has that experience been?
Well, I can say it's a very creative experience for me because I'm stretching out my limits, and now I need to expand my boundaries to actually touch different kind of elements, because now when you see it being adapted from now something that is foreign to something that is Kenyan, you really need to understand the mind of your audience. Exactly. So the first thing that you do as a director is know your target audience. How do they think? You get that? And now what are the kind of themes that we are dealing with here? Because if you look at our audience, Kenya, we love a lot of drama. And that's the good thing of it. People love things that spark the conversation. So as I figure it out as a director, I'm like, I'm not here to offer solution in the kind of theme that we are talking about, because the major script, the script itself manifests itself into shades and shadows. And of course, there's the shade of consequence of ever escaping the past. You get the traumas of the past that dominates the entire play. And of course, we come to see other elephants within the room, such as pedophilia, which is a theme there, abuse, femicide, which was a very controversial thing just the other day. And of course, the taboos of forbidden love. So such things are the ones that spark conversation and people love. So you have to look at a way in which you are going to make the story, not basically coming up with a solution, but leaving the audience with that kind of a, we need to have a conversation about this. You get that? It's kind of between, you know, crossing the line between being an absurd kind of a play, you know, borrowed from the Bertolt Brecht kind of writing, but again, it's just the normal kind of tragedy that we have. So it's in between. So you have to balance the techniques with which you are using also as a director. And I was telling them the other day that the main technique, because personally I'm a connoisseur in matters method acting, and I wanted them to infuse method acting, because now here we are in a place whereby we need to spark a conversation even within the audience. So we need not to use other techniques like the use of the magic eaves or whatever, but if we tap into method acting, whereby you have to offload your entire personality, become an empty vessel, and then now download a foreign personality within your body, that's when we'll get to hack the mind of the audience.
All right, so this is not one of those plays where you are asking who is the murderer, and then at the end, you know, this is the one that, you know, killed someone. This is going to spark a lot of emotion and a lot of conversation. And I like that these themes apply right here in Kenya, in this Nairobi. Like if you talk about femicide, if you talk about pedophilia, those are things that on a day-to-day, on our news updates are there, day in, day out. So they are things that not belong to us, but happen among us. So those are conversations that we can actually have. If this is not telling you to just come and watch, I really don't know what will, because this is calling my name, because I want to know, you know, how do you live a life in such circumstances? Precious, just give us synopsis, just short synopsis of the play Loose Ends. Just kidogo too, for people to understand what storyline we are dealing with.
Okay, Loose Ends is about a young girl who was in a sexual relationship with an older man. So during their relationship, the man got arrested. The lady didn't know. So bring it back to now. The lady is now older, and the man she goes in search. She goes to look for the guy, and right now her sister is also dead. So that's another thing that makes her to go look for the man. So when they find each other, that is when the confrontation happens. It's like a whole story explaining what's the word? Explaining to the audience what the I'm losing words.
They're basically seeking answers from the past.
From the past.
Yes.
Yes.
They are the ladies basically seeking answers about the past.
Yes.
From the man.
Exactly. I like a play that personal preference that keeps going back and forth in time. There is just an awesomeness that is in a place specifically that you get to sort of live that life transition on stage, and that's a personal preference. I don't know if you guys do prefer that, but I would come to watch just because of that. That going back into the past and into the future and seeing what happened that is now communicating to the present. Because as much as we may like to deny it, we are very much informed by our past. Yes, as much as you may like to deny it, if something happened with your grandmother, grandfather, in some way, in some sort, it influences the person that you are and your line of thinking and how you see life and your perspective on things. So for that reason, I really like a play that goes back and forth, and I am looking really forward to the play. Is there music in there, Derek? Now that we know a songbird is there. Is there music in there?
For the matters of music is in the play, the Caged Lion, which we are doing earlier before we now perform. But loose ends, there's no... I believe there's nothing sweet about it. So it's all about this
tragedy. About serious business and serious matters.
Every line is wrote in this kind of a dark emotion that cuts in between what is right and what is wrong.
Exactly.
And the good thing about it is because we are forming a bridge where now matters law and psychology meet.
Can be able to meet. Exactly, which I think is a great way of anything. Law and psychology have been like this for the longest time. Talk to me kidogo about Caged Lion. I know that is not the reason that you're here. But it would be a disservice if I did not ask what is Caged Lion about, when is it coming on, and just basically what it will be all about.
Caged Lion, we are looking at the conflict between wildlife and humanity, whereby now there's always that conflict whereby humans kind of their development surpasses and crosses the boundary, trespassing into the wildlife kind of environment. And that's the story that we are telling there. And we are performing it on Friday, is 12th. At I think 11, right? Yeah, 11 in the morning. Yeah, it's a partnership between Son of Man and Paddy Kala. Yeah.
So Matters Wildlife.
Matters Wildlife is a story, and it's kind of done in a kind of a satire, and of course we have a lot of subtext within it and symbolism, because we are looking at the judiciary, how it's handling Matters Wildlife. Of course, we have a drunk judge inside there, showing how our judiciary is kind of drunk and the literacy that comes within it. And basically that's it.
All right, so that will be happening where?
At the Kenya National Theatre.
At the Kenya National Theatre, Ukumbi Mdogo. That is on Friday at about 11 a.m. So if you have your Friday off, you have your morning off, that is the one to start with. At least to give you pace, because loose ends is going to be heavy.
And it's free.
Yes, and it's free of charge.
That's
right?
free.
Caged Lion is free. That is such good news. Yes, the Caged Lion is free of charge at the Kenya National Theatre. So if you want sort of a of what Son of Man is able to do, and also just to see the versatility, because that's a whole different kind of play from Loose Ends, but Son of Man production sort of can do anything really. So if you have your Friday morning free, or you can be able to free it up, go to the Kenya National Theatre, Ukumbi Mdogo at 11 a.m. and you're going to be enjoying the story that is Caged Lion. And also, Precious is going to be doing some singing on there, like you heard. So you cannot afford, to miss it. Let's go to the second leg of this launch. How long have you guys been on rehearsals, Precious?
We have been in rehearsals for like 3 weeks.
Like 3 weeks?
Yeah, 3 weeks.
How has that experience been? Because Derek mentioned it sort of requires you to empty the person you are and download an entire different person. How has that rehearsal experience been?
Most of the time it has been tough, especially getting the emotions. Because, for a normal person, emotions just go slowly building. But for this particular character, hey, the emotion is just like 1 to 10, 1 to 11. Like, it is just so a very weird character, but a very strong character. So it needs you to just forget about, as me, like for me, it needs me to forget about pressures, forget pressure, who pressures is, and just focus on who, that character. Yeah.
So it has been quite a lot. How have you liked it, Derek, as a director? Because you're the brain, you're the heart of the entire production. How has the rehearsal experience been for you?
It has been quite a challenge, but again a good venture, because now I'm kind of used, because when I'm still in school, yes, but during my 4 years I've been working on a kind of a thesis whereby now we are looking at acting in 3 dimensions, acting as art, acting as spirituality, and acting as biology, as science. And that's what I'm trying to incorporate within them. Looking at, you know, all the tools of acting, like the 3 of them, the body, the mind, and the voice, all being elements within these 3 dimensions. Because if we look at spirituality, we have the use of the body, the voice, and the mind. If we look at now biology, is almost the core. If we look at now art itself, we need the body, the voice, and the mind. And that's majorly what I'm trying to infuse in them. Of course, using various techniques and exercises that come along to enable them tap into the frequencies of their respective characters, you know. Exercises such as, you know, the trust, exercises that, you know, spark the camaraderie kind of a relationship that they need to have on stage, and helping them to base you so much into this kind of a full-blown bond that they need to have on stage. Yeah, and
are you happy this far with the work that they are doing?
So far I'm happy because it's working. You know, it's not. It used to be a thesis, something which I'm just reading, and I can defend it and say that acting is no longer art. It's science. It's spirituality. And now I get the chance to watch it, you know, take them through it, and then now watch it. And of course now the risk that comes with it, because now the danger that is within that is because now when I teach her the technique of visualization in tapping into character embodiment, and then after the play I don't get to enroll her to you know, a well-managed derolling or decharacterization. She will remain with that aspect of her within her. Like somebody like now Douglas, who is playing now Raymond, him being a pedophile, he needs to understand and accept that falling in love with a minor is right. You need to justify your character first. You cannot judge your character. You will not give a good performance. And of course now I'm trying to urge them to avoid the narrative of acting and performing, but just to go and live. Going through the different dimensions and stages, first of all, like the understanding of the text. You first have to understand what is your character, what are their fears, what are their misunderstandings, what are their, you know, their desires. And of course now you go now to the second level, which is the knowledge kind of level, whereby you know, and taking them through the Uta Hagen's 9 questions, where, when, what, how, which, that helps them in the character Bible, revisiting the past, looking at the present, and of course predicting the future of their characters. And then now we usher them into a level of consciousness, whereby now you need to be conscious of your character. You need to be conscious of their failures, you know, the debacle fiasco that they are in. You get that? Like right now, personally, you're conscious of the fact that you're wearing red. I cannot come and tell you that you're wearing green. You know very well you're wearing red. So that's it. So if, let's say, Una, the character she's playing, is kind of asthmatic or allergic to dust, and within the rehearsals time, I accidentally or just intentionally throws or sprinkle dust in the air, I need to see her reacting exactly to it, because now she's conscious, and the body itself has already mastered the level of consciousness of the personality, alien personality that is within her. So of course it's giving the body the command to release the chemicals that are needed for such a reaction, the hormones that are needed for that. And of course now at that level of consciousness, we enter what is called an epignosis. Now, from epignosis, we go to ginosko, which is now a level of now experiencing it. Just like I've said with the kind of the allergy thing. You know, you need to be experiencing the fear even in real life in the moment. You get that. And the problem with that is now for Una, because they are revisiting the past, and because now here she has lost the sister due to the femicide case, because she gets a report that the sister's body has been found dumped somewhere, dismembered in a certain apartment. The kind of emotion that I need there is a true emotion. So I'll demand her to maybe use the memorization technique, go back to her past. Have you ever lost someone in your life, whether it's a parent, whether it's a sister? Go back to the graveside, collect all that emotion, come with it to the present, and I only need it for 1 hour, 45 minutes, and it's done. So if she took 3 years to recover from the loss, to heal, now she needs to destroy all that healing process, gain that baggage of emotion in its trash form, come with it only for 1 hour, 45 minutes, and then again take it back.
Yes, so
now it will take her like more than even 3 years to heal again.
Exactly. So that brings me to my next question on derolling, especially on such plays that are heavy on the sad emotion side. How do you take your actors and actresses now that it has become your, you know, when you were just an actor in sickness and in health, you sort of have just your responsibility to do your derolling. Now you have to deroll a whole, you know, a whole cast to just make sure they are back, they are okay. How do you take them through that process, or how do you plan to take them through that process as we wrap up?
Well, we normally have this session which we call unwinding as Son of Man, whereby we just come and meet, and we don't talk about the play anymore. We just have games. You get that. We cook. We have a cookout together, and we just speak matters about us as us. So we are trying to get you back into the real you and not the you that was on stage. So we are not putting you in an environment whereby you'll have to again figure out that you are once a character. But of course we are trying to understand you, like we get to sit down and ask ourselves, by the way, what are your fears? What are your desires, you as Precious? And now you are trying to journey on into your own personality. You get that. And of course with the social kind of environment that we have, the laugh outs and the movies that we watch, the games that we play, you slowly just come back to you being you.
Exactly.
And of course we, just the other day I was talking with Beryl, and we are like, we really need now to at least come up with a psychological department whereby now we, after doing the unwinding session, they can at least go there and have a talk, a professional checkup. You get that, at least to ensure that they are within themselves.
Exactly. I like that, and that is why I like Son of Man. Beryl, thank you. I think that is a very good way to go, because as much as we as friends might meet, eat up, unwind, a professional might be able to do better, you know, to help us deroll better, and just from a professional point of view, because these plays are not a once in a year type of thing. You have multiple plays picking up different characters. So if you do not deroll right, you will end up a cocktail of very many personalities and people. So I think that is a good move. Beryl, if you've been thinking on that, think on it harder, and, you know, put it into action so that Son of Man remains as clean, as pure, as one personality as a person is supposed to be, as much as possible. Yes, let's go into the dates. When and the tickets and the time. Precious.
The dates are on the 12th and 13th.
That is Friday and Saturday.
Yes. The tickets are right now, early birds are 1,300. And at the gate it is 1,500. Yes. Then what else?
Yeah, that is it actually. This Friday at what time?
Time on Saturday it will be 6 p.m.
We have 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. on Saturday.
Yes.
And of course on Friday we have at 3 p.m.
At 3 p.m. on Friday. So 3 p.m. on Friday. So if you do not have your morning, you can free up your afternoon. The Friday is just one. Yeah. So at 3 p.m. And then on Saturday, it's going to be at 3 p.m. and at 6 p.m. That gives you 3 opportunities to make yourself available. Tickets are ongoing right now. Early bird tickets at 1,300. At the gate, it's going to be at 1,500. 200 bob is enough fare and enough, snack. So whatever it is that you choose, get your early bird tickets. They are good for you and for Son of Man production. Derek, you mentioned something. You said this will be part of your thesis. It's like you took up your thesis and now you're putting it into a practical. So that means, does it help with the schoolwork? Does it help with your thesis even as you conclude and finish on school?
Yeah, of course I'll have it within my, my career collection that I did the first practical part of it under Son of Man and in this particular play.
Yes.
But again, now when you enroll for masters, of course, now you get a point whereby now after just drafting the whole booklet with your thesis, you get a point to go now to an international university outside there and do a practical again about it. So at least I'll be figuring it will be much easier because I once did it. Now it will be easier doing it again with now an international kind of actors.
Exactly. Yeah. So it will not be fresh to you. It will be something that has happened, something that you have done.
Exactly.
Okay, as we wrap up, I want you guys to give us your social media handles. Give us the social media handles to Son of Man before you invite people personally to just come and watch Loose Ends. So we start with Precious, your personal handles.
My personal handles, IG, it is Preci Precious, and TikTok is still Preci Precious.
Yes, Preci Precious on IG and TikTok. Derek?
Instagram, Prince Della. Facebook, Prince Della.
Yes.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yes, so Prince Della on Instagram and on Facebook. Social media for Son of Man?
Instagram, Son of Man Productions. Of course, our Facebook, Son of Man Productions. TikTok, Son of Man Productions.
Yes, I ask for this because whether you get to Precious or to Derek or to Son of Man, you can be able to get to Son of Man through them individually if you want to be part and parcel. Are you guys picking up new actors and actresses?
The thing with Marvin is Marvin is a typecasting kind of a director. So yeah, when he's writing a play, he's writing a play with a particular actor in mind. When now we always ask for, do you have another person in line that I can work with in such a kind of a production?
Yes.
Then now you introduce a person that you know.
Exactly.
And now they develop from.
Also, you never know. You can just inbox Son of Man, and then when he has a character that fits your role and your talents, you can be able to be called up. I want you to take each 15 minutes, 15 seconds. 15 seconds, just invite people to come and watch Loose Ends. Let's start with Precious.
Hi, everyone. My name is Preci Precious. I'll be playing the role of Oina in the play Loose Ends. I would like to invite you all to this amazing play. You're going to have a lot of fun and a lot of questions when you get out of the theater. When you get out from the theater room, because it has everything that's happening in our country. So you do not want to miss this. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Precious. Derek?
Hello, my name is Derek Omondi, the director Loose Ends, and I'd like to remind you that every line within the dialogue between our two characters is wrought up in a very dark emotion that cuts in between the boundaries of what is right and what is wrong. It is an opportunity for you to come and see how law and psychology meet up, and each one of them expressing the lacunas that are within them. Of course, you as an audience, you'll get the perfect chance to plunge into the destruction and damaged psyches of our two characters, Una and Raymond, who are constantly seeking for answers from the past, but are stuck within this kind of a very difficult conundrum that they are in. Come, please, purchase your tickets. We get to have a discussion. And of course, if you're having a kind of a podcast thingy, this will be a best opportunity for you to come and gather content, because we have a lot to speak about. Thank you.
Exactly. So whether you're a content creator or just a content consumer, both of you are welcome to come and watch Loose Ends and just have a fantastic time. Get something to think about, you know? Get actually something to think about. Like I said, we have tickets. Son of Man Production, thank you for your kindness and your generosity. You already got 3 tickets. And the question is, I just want the name of one of the characters in the play. Nani wawili peke yake, just one. I want the name of one of the characters of the play. And with that, you can get yourself a ticket to just go and enjoy the play that is Loose Ends for free. That is 1,300 is a good amount of money in this economy. So just tell me one of the characters' names and the ticket can be headed your way. This, of course, is if you can be able to make your way to the Kenya National Theatre, Ukumbi Mdogo. If you can be able to make your way there, you're going to get your ticket. Thank you very much, guys, for being here. It's been an honor and a pleasure. I feel like I'm ready for that kind of a play. I need to give this conversation to really, you know, like soften the blow of the emotions of the play. So I'm definitely going to make time and be there. I cannot wait to see what this one holds, this next production from Son of Man. Thank you guys for sticking around. It's been an honor and a pleasure. For right about now, we close on launch number 1. We'll be back in a jiffy.
Kaka mtazamaji, popote ulipo, unapokuwa ukitazama Safina Show
inang'oa nanga sasa hivi. Ungana nami Albanas Mwania, nahodha wa Safina Show, nikutoe ng'ambo ya pili hadi ufuoni. Safina Show, sauti ya matumaini.
Technology, science, innovation, ICT and research. These are the ingredients upon which the solutions to the 21st century problems are founded. In a world that is rapidly changing, it's all hands on deck to ensure a balance in all fields of life. Women, young and old, are also in the front line, breaking the glass ceiling, becoming thought leaders in the larger tech space. Not forgetting other societies marginalized. And when the tech Avengers come together, we inch closer to a much safer, efficient, and sustainable world. What we view as a norm in today's advanced world was just an idea, and for nostalgic reasons, we trace back to the iconic days to bring you the retro tech. On Tech Innovation Show, we encapsulate all the pillars of the 4th Industrial Revolution, decoded in a language, all for one for all. Every Monday at 8:30 as we push the mantra, keep learning something new each and every day. Only on KUTV, a new experience.
Access to knowledge, solution to unanswered questions.
Guidelines to pursuing your rights and repossessing your property, intellectual or material.
This and more, only on Law Matters.
maarufu kwa kuzalisha maziwa na ukuzaji wa majani chai. Pia, serikali ya kaunti inawahimiza wakulima kukumbatia mitindo mingine ya kilimo kuzidisha mapato.
Kama kuna kikundi moja inafanya biashara ya kuuza kuku, hao pia tumewafadhili kuwafunza jinsi ya kuhandle zile kuku kwa sababu wanaleta kwa wingi.
Haya yote tunakuletea katika Boresha Kilimo, toleo la kaunti ya Bomet.
Kilimo ni nguzo kubwa kwa ujenzi wa taifa.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Art and Culture Monday, and you're with me, Karen Blessing, and we're having a fantastic time. We are almost wrapping up the second hour, actually, and we want to fix in our art calendar right here to give you time, and to give you time for even the free tickets that we are about to give, because we are from our first launch where we were talking all matters, the play that is called Loose Ends. This is an adaptation of David Harrower's Blackbird play and film, because both of them are there, and this one is going to be going down this 12th of April at 3 p.m. at 6 p.m. actually, and on Saturday at 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. That is going to be happening at the Kenya National Theatre. It is a play by Marvin Kibicho and directed by one Derek Omondi, who was with us this morning. We have had that conversation at length. If you've been looking for some thought-provoking play, this one is exactly it. The tickets are going for 1,300 for single tickets and 2,400 for couple tickets. These are for early bird tickets. At the gate, you're going to be getting the single ticket at 1,500 bob and the couple ticket at 2,500 bob. Group tickets for right now, a group of 5 is going for 6,000 bob, and at the gate it will be going for 11,000 bob. If I were you, the early bird tickets are definitely a better deal for both you and also the Son of Man production. So remember, we have a number of tickets, actually 2 or 3 tickets for Loose Ends from Son of Man. So, and the question of that specific ticket is very simple. I'm just asking you the name of one of the characters in the play. The play is a two-hander, so it only has 2 characters, and Derek has mentioned them over and over in the course of our interview. So ukirudi tu hapo nyuma, you can be able to get the name. You can let me know that on our YouTube, where we are streaming live right about now at KUTV Kenya. Just get on there, drop your comment, and I'm going to be getting it in just a bit. And you could be one of the lucky winners of a free 1,300 or 1,500 worth a ticket. Sorry. And you can go and enjoy the play that is Loose Ends. All right? So keep with me in the course of the show so that you know who the ticket goes to. Moving on, let's handle the Nairobi Colour Festival. Nairobi Colour Festival is happening this 20th of April. Of course, the year is 2024, from 10 a.m. until late. The Nairobi Colour Festival will be having top DJs, artists, food and thrift stores, kids area, gaming area, bar, colors, and more. So this is going to be happening at the Carnival Grounds, Nairobi. Kids who are under 12 years of age will be entering free of charge. So if you have kids Just get your ticket and your kids will get in there free of charge if they are under the age of 12 years. Advanced tickets are going for 800 bob. Couple tickets are going for 1400 bob. A group of 5 at 3000, and at the gate tickets will be going for 1000 bob. You can get your tickets right now at colorfestke.hasosasa.shop. colorfestke.hasosasa.shop. You can get your ticket and get to enjoy Nairobi Color Festival. All right. Moving on to our next one. This is called I Know Why the Caged Lion Sings. Once again, this is a play written, directed, and produced by one Marvin Kibicho. And we said he has a knack, he has a talent and a versatility that is just phenomenal. So I Know Why the Caged Lion Sings will be going down this Friday, the 12th of April, from 12 noon, actually, from 12 noon at the Kenya National Theatre, Ukumbi Mdogo. And the amazing thing about this one is that the tickets are free of charge. So just bring your happy self and go and enjoy a light-hearted play that has satire and a lot of just creativity from Marvin Kibicho, and of course, and every actor and actresses that are going to be participating. This you can book your seat at mook.com. You can book your seat with 0 bob at mook.com. All right, so just mook.com, book your seat, and you're going to be there. You're going to have an amazing time. All right, let's move on to numbers. Let's move on. This is a play by Wamboi Kibue and Ted Monene. Numbers is directed by Esther Kamba. Esther Kamba is a familiar name. She's a big talent. Esther Kamba, and produced also by Esther Kamba and Joseph Obel. The play is happening on the 26th, the 29th, the 27th, and the 28th. 26th, 27th, and the 28th of April, starting from 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on each show. All right, so you have 3 different days from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on each show. So Esther Kamba is both an actor and an actress, and Joseph Obel, and also a director in the play that is Numbers. All right, early bird tickets are going for 950 bob. Advanced tickets are going for 1500 bob, and at the gate the tickets will be going for 2000 bob. You can get your tickets at numbers.hasosasa.com, and the numbers, instead of an E, it's the number 3. All right, instead of the number, just spell number, then instead of the E, you put the letter 3 there, and numbers.hasosasa.com. This is going to be going down at the mall basement at Westlands, Creative Garage. All right, Creative Garage, the mall basement at Westlands. You can get to enjoy Numbers, a play directed by Esther Kamba. All right, so do exactly that, and you're going to be having an amazing time. To wrap up our art calendar is the Ubuntu project. This one is amazing. So the Ubuntu project presents Art Bridging Borders. Yes, Art Bridging Borders. There is a number of participating institutions, including Arizona State University, Kenyatta University, and the University of Arizona. This is an exhibit launch, virtual event that actually this happened earlier on March 27th. This happened March 27th. So this has actually already happened.
Yeah, but
yes. It is ongoing. All right, perfect. My guest is here with me, and he's letting me know that this started and is ongoing, the Ubuntu project. And this, I like that this is also virtual, so people can also...
Yeah, it's actually a really good idea. It's an virtual
yes.
form of a gallery, so you can actually enter the space virtually.
Yes,
and just explore that.
Amazing. Have you ever been on a virtual gallery? I do not think so, for most of you that are watching. So you can just log in there and get to enjoy. Like, it's like you are at a gallery just on your phone or on your television or on your screen from wherever you are. My next guest is going to be helping me disseminate this a little further, so worry not, because he is already with me in studio. But all of that is what is happening on our art calendar. That means there is something to pick from, you know, from art exhibitions to plays. You can be able to catch one and just go and have a phenomenal time. Right about now, as you have heard, my guest is already on set, so I want us to talk all matters art and exhibitions, and comment in case you want to attend any of the events that we have brought you on our art calendar. Comment hapo. You never know, tunaweza kuwa na form, tunaweza kupatia, get a free ticket here and there and go and enjoy some amazing time. So, but right about now, we want to jump right into our second launch of the day at 6 minutes past 9 a.m. Guys, I hope that you are doing fantastic. We are at 7 minutes past 9 a.m. and I am excited to have this conversation because it's been a while since we've talked about art and exhibitions, and one Derek Ibalai is here to just help me disseminate that space. So we want to get to know him, what he does, what is unique about what he does, what art exhibitions are there, what is he working on, and all of that. And because he's here, without wasting much time, Derek, good morning.
Morning.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
You're most welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to have you on Art and Culture Monday.
Thank you for having me.
You're most welcome. I want you to say hi on this camera to people at home, and we jump right in.
Introduce myself to you?
Yes.
Hello, everyone watching at home. My name is Derek Ibalai. I'm an African contemporary artist, landscape designer, and based in Nairobi. And I'm so happy to be with you here.
Yes, amazing. We are happy. We are also happy to have you. Like I said, it's been a while since we've had a conversation around art and exhibitions and everything around that conversation specifically. So it is an honor. Like, it's always a pleasure to have you around. So you mentioned something about being a contemporary artist, but before we get there, I don't know, when was the last time you guys were at an exhibition? Ulitoka tu ukaenda tu kwa gallery, just saw the amazing work that Kenyan artists do. Are you aware of a gallery in this city or wherever you are at? Is there one? Derek is going to be giving us a few, so relax. If your answer is no, we're going to be getting at least a few from Derek before in the course of our conversation today. But also, like you've heard, the Ubuntu project is a virtual art exhibition experience. So if you've been missing out on such and you like them, you can log in virtually on the Ubuntu project and just get to enjoy amazing artwork and art pieces from the comfort of wherever it is that you are at. All right? So stick around for that one. From here on, we didn't even know virtual art exhibitions exist. Now we do. So we are going to be hearing a bit more of that from Derek. But let's start from the very beginning. What does it mean to be a contemporary artist in the African space?
Okay, so I love introducing myself as an African contemporary artist.
Yes.
So I don't think I need to explain the African bit.
Yes, no, that African. You do not need to, yes.
But on the contemporary is not really complicated. There are three things that you have to cross out to be contemporary.
Yes.
First of all, you have to be using the mediums that exist during your time. For example, like 500 years ago, the artists that were there were using pigment mixed with yolk,
yes,
to create oil paints. But right now we have other mediums too. So there's photography, there's videography, all that. It's contemporary.
Yes.
So I'm a contemporary artist based on that, because I create with
in that you
that
use the mediums that are present in your time right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And another thing is I talk about things that are happening around me. It doesn't have to be big things that influence other people, but just around me that
Yes.
qualifies the work as contemporary.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so being a contemporary artist, you can be producing anything. It can be artwork, it can be a video, it can be literally anything. Anything can be art.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, what specific mediums of art do you deal with?
At the moment, I'm exploring a lot of paintwork. I'm using mostly acrylics and experimenting with oil paint.
Yeah.
But I also do sculptures. I've done a lot of drawings in ink and in graphite and charcoal. But yeah, at the moment I can say I'm working mostly with paintwork.
With paintwork. So is that sort of a stage you are in, or a medium you wanted to explore, or why right now you are, around that space?
That's a good question, actually. I can say that's it's just a phase I'm in right now. Because I made this decision to explore painting
Yes.
like about a year ago, over a year ago. And yeah, I'm still at that. So I can say it's a stage I'm in right now because the journey never ends.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a continuous, sort of a continuous process. So the stage that you are in right now involves that specifically artwork on, you said oil paints and?
Acrylic paints
And
on
acrylic
canvas.
paints on
mostly.
canvas.
Yeah.
Okay. Talk to me about Ibalai Studios, because I have hosted at least a good number of artists in different aspects, and just having your own studios is something huge, I believe. So what was the birth, or what inspired the birth of Ibalai Studios?
So it's actually a funny story. I don't think I've shared this before.
We are lucky
but yeah. But it's I think Ibalai Studios started way before I realized I want to be an artist. So I had an Instagram page which was a couple of other names which I'm not going to mention today. But afterwards I named it Artworks by Ibalai.
Yeah.
Then I kind of abandoned that page and just started working on other things. Then when I came back to it, I realized that this is an entity that's existing that I shouldn't let go. And yeah, about 2 or 3 years ago, the idea of Ibalai Studios came to me. So it's basically an art and design company. We work mostly with producing original artworks and providing design solutions to our clients.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Since then, that is 2 or 3 years. Roughly, how many clients have you gotten to deal with?
I don't keep count.
Yeah.
But
that means there are many. Because
yeah,
if you
I
have
work
2
with,
a year, you keep count. So the fact that you do not means there are a good number.
Yeah, I've worked with a lot of clients from different aspects. And being a young man in the country, you're starting a new business. There's some things that you learn on the job.
Exactly.
So there's some clients that I've worked with without even putting it under Ibalai Studios. Then later I come to realize, oh, that was a client for Ibalai Studios. So I've worked with quite a number of clients. Yeah. Actually, lately it's been quite busy. Yeah.
Some memorable clients?
Yeah, there's one. There's one friend I met last year at KICC. And yeah, I did a piece of work for them, an original piece. But the problem is, I hope if you're watching this, please come and pick your piece, because it's been a while. He traveled out of the country.
Yeah.
He's not been back yet, but there we had quite an engagement there. I can say that's quite a memorable.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, if your piece is lying at Ibalai Studios, you might need to make arrangements, because like he said, it's memorable. So that means that's a good piece. That's a heck of a good piece. So yeah, go get it. Go get it. You're going to enjoy it at your place or your place of work, wherever it is that you want the piece to go. I think it would be better fitted. And so that means it's also complete.
Yeah, it's complete.
Yeah.
Everything's ready. I was supposed to deliver it, but on the day of delivery, he told me that he just left in a rush. So yeah.
Okay, all right. So we are hoping that you actually get time and go collect your piece on that one. I want us, before we go on to the art, because that's a big part of our conversation, you also host an audio podcast called Priming. What is Priming about?
It's called The Priming.
Yes, The Priming.
It's a space for creatives. We never get the space to talk about everything that art, because there's the process, there's the pleasures, the pains, and everything in between. So it's a safe space for creatives to talk about that, and art enthusiasts to just also tap into the conversation.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So in that might be quite interesting actually, because even when we have this sort of interviews, we are mostly talking, what project are you working on? What is the next thing? What is the next thing? We are rarely talking about the process. That is sort of 50% the work. How have you loved having that conversation with other artists, with people in the same scene that you are in?
Yeah, it's been quite interesting. When I started doing the podcast, I had no idea what it would come to be.
Yeah.
But I've started recording with guests recently, and it's quite interesting being a visual artist, listening into a musician or someone who does another type of art.
Yes.
And the stories they're telling you, the process that they go through.
Yes.
It's different, but basically the same.
Yeah.
I can say that's the most interesting part about the podcast, because I enjoy just seeing a reflection of the artist me in someone else.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so in a way, the stories are very different, but also in their difference they are the same.
Yes.
How then you may be in the best position to tell us, how is the art industry in Kenya? Are we getting any better from all the stories of the hard work, of the process, of kwa ground? How are we doing?
So first I'd say, when you mention the art industry, it's really wide.
Yes,
it's
that's
a really
broad.
wide industry. So I think if you want to know if there's progress in it, you have to go to the specific sectors that
Exactly.
are there.
Yes.
Yeah. But generally, I can say there's a lot of progress. People are more receiving. People are more open-minded to new ideas.
Yeah.
People, there's new spaces coming up for creatives. There's new projects coming in. There's just a lot of stuff happening right now. I can say it's actually booming.
Yes.
I know we might be skeptical, a little bit skeptical about it, but it's what's coming is a wave. Talking about 5-10 years, things are going to be very different.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow, I like that. In your podcast, like you've said, art is very broad, so we cannot put all of them under the same umbrella. What kind of artists do you host the most? Because I believe every once in a while a rapper is going to swoop in from somewhere. But what kind of artists do you deal with the most?
Actually, that's a good question, just the wrong timing. You should ask me this in like after a year or two, because I've only hosted like three guests so far, which are public.
Yes.
But working on hosting other people.
Yeah. Then this would be the better question. What type of artist are you looking to host?
Yes. Thank you.
All right.
I'm looking to host any kind of artist. You know, sometimes I meet people doing some kind of art that I've not even been expecting.
Yes.
So I'm very open to hosting any kind of artist, anyone who creates. Come in, let's talk about art, because that's basically what we are going to talk about there.
Exactly. Yeah, so if you're an artist, you know, you would like to air your heart. Know that you're not the only one. Know that the things that you're going through are really common to almost all the artists in the industry. The Priming is the podcast you need to look for. Where can people find the Priming to listen?
The Priming is available on all streaming platforms. Wherever you listen to your music, you can get the Priming. So I'm talking Spotify, Audiomack, anywhere, Amazon. You can get it anywhere. And I'm also working on putting it on YouTube. So we're going to have that there too.
Yes, all right. So on all, right about now, on all audio platforms it's available. So you're working on the YouTube bit. We are going to be waiting on that, and I'm hoping we get to host you another time so that we ask you, did you actually get onto YouTube? So you know you are indebted. You give your word here, we are going to follow up. But yeah, you can catch the Priming on any audio streaming platform, whichever one you're on. Just look for the Priming, it's going to be there. Another one before we go back to your art, you're also the creatives director at Fancied Stories Network.
Yes.
What is that about?
Fancied Stories is a community of young people who are mindful about mental health and well-being amongst themselves and in the broader community.
Yes.
So what we do, we push for mental health advocacy, and we basically form a community for just checking up on each other, you know.
Yes.
And yeah, because me myself growing up, I can say I never knew what mental health is. It's a term that I've come across as I'm getting older.
Yeah.
So I think it's a really good space for us to learn, because I'm also learning a lot through the platform.
Yeah.
And if you're out there, you're all about mental health, please come in and join us. We are very open to that. And yeah, big shout out to all the fancy friends. Yeah.
Wow, that is amazing, because that caught my eye, because to have conversations around mental health, I think we need them in the art space more than most places, really, because I don't know, I don't usually understand the connection between mental issues and creativity. Very creative people sort of get, I don't know, somewhere along the way, I don't know, I don't say get in touch. Get in touch means looks like a call, but interact with mental illnesses and mental health issues. So to just keep us covered, I think that is a very nice initiative. So again, if you are passionate about mental health and just talking about mental health and just making sure the community, yourself, the community at large is in a mental state that is healthy, Fancied Story Network is where you need to be at. I like that. Are there social medias for Fancied Story?
Yes.
Please
We are everywhere.
Yeah.
Actually, to make it easy for you, can just search on Google.
Yeah.
You'll find even the website and all our platforms on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter.
Yes.
Fancied Story Network. Just follow us there. Send us a DM. Ask us anything. Engage. That's all we do there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow, yes. So if you want to engage on matters mental health, Fancied Story Network is exactly where you need to be. I like that, as you keep branching off to different things. So give you 3-5 years, you may have another 10 branches of just Derek Kibala's work. Let us come back to art now. What makes your art unique? Because like you've said, one, art, the umbrella is huge, but the acrylics paintings and the oil paintings that you're doing, what makes you unique as an artist?
Yeah, that's a good question. I believe what makes me unique away from every other artist, every other contemporary artist that we have around is the process. Is the process I go through when creating my work.
Yes.
Yeah, because I believe every artist has their process.
Yeah.
Even if they think they don't, they actually do.
They do, yeah.
And that's what makes me unique. So when it comes to the work itself, when you look at my work, what will make it different from another person's?
Yes.
That's every artist's dream, to have a work of their own.
Exactly.
A work that's very unique.
Yes.
And that's something that I've been working on for the longest time now. Just trying to get in touch with my own style. Kind of work that will only be a reflection of me. So I can say right now I'm inching closer towards that. So I don't want to give a description of my work, because maybe I also don't get it as much as my audience might be getting it. But I can say my work is it's what is about that's making it different on the outlook.
So what is your work usually about?
My work is about the individualism of the subjects, which now I'm just trying to talk to the people looking at the art, letting them know that they are unique in their own way. Their consciousness is what makes them. So they have to be completely themselves. Not trying to be anything else or anybody else. Just be yourself.
Yes.
And that's how you'll make impact on the face of the art and on other people. Because I saw a sweet quote last night. It was on the sunset, in the sun rays. It says that people are unique like sunsets and sunrises, because they don't say forever, but they still bless our days. And on some days they are too colorful, on other days they're not as colorful. So that's what my work is about. I'm just trying to tell people they can be themselves fully without any fears.
Exactly. I think, that the world needs more of you. Yes, just more of the unique person that you are. You are very much needed. Before we started, we talked a bit about what you've mentioned about outlining your work.
Yes.
What happened? Did you land upon it, or was it intentional? You were like, okay, can I outline this and see what it looks like? Or how did you land into outlining your work? or your art pieces rather?
Yeah, so the subjects, you're talking about the subjects?
Yes, the subjects in the drone.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can say that's actually a random thing that happened. I remember the day it happened. It was last year. I was working on a piece for a panel discussion, Niskize, by Fancied Story Network. It was for men's mental health. And I was, you know, a big motivation of visual artist, at least for me, is the deadline. Because when you know you have to finish a piece of work like tomorrow in 2 days, that's when the work becomes an emergency. And now you have to do the work and finish it up. So I was working on the same piece, I think 2 daes before the event, because I wanted to give it time to be dry and all that. And I was actually finishing up. It's a piece called Truth, Courage. And it's a guy who's wrapped up in some fabrics and all that. And when I finished it, I was just about to sign it. And you know, you have to interrogate your piece. You have to ask it questions, and it has to speak back to you.
Exactly.
So I was looking at the piece, then I felt something was missing. And when I looked at my table, I saw a tube of green paint. So I poured it on my palette. The piece is actually
on your screen.
Yeah, I poured it on my palette and did I can say it's intuitive. It's not a decision I make consciously.
Yes.
But at the end, it all comes to add up to the piece.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, it makes the man look alive. Like, I don't know. There is something that green definitely did to that specific.
Yeah, that's what people
that
are telling
outline.
me.
Yes, I may not be able to articulate in words, but there is definitely something that it brought. I cannot even imagine the piece without the outline. You know? Yes. So after that, for your next pieces, you decided this is a good thing?
Yeah, because, you know, doing that green outline for Truth, Courage was, I had to tackle my fear. I was scared of doing it because I knew it's not something, I'd never seen anything like it before.
Yes.
So I was scared of exploring that. But when I did, the piece still haunted me for a couple of days, but I freed myself from that.
Yeah.
And right now I'm just pushed towards doing that for all my pieces.
Yeah.
Even there's a piece I was working on a couple of days ago, and I thought I wouldn't outline, but at the end I just found myself outlining. So I think that's a part that I'll be taking right now, just exploring that and seeing what comes out of it.
With it. Yes, and then as you have said, individualism, I think that makes a piece uniquely yours, that at first glance I'm almost like, this is Ibala's work. Like, you know, at a distance, without having to look too much, I'm like, yeah, this one is specific to Derek specifically. All right. So you said you did that piece for Fancied Stories. The pieces that you're working on right now, are they clients' work? Are they geared to a certain theme, a certain social issue, or what are you working on currently?
So the way I've been working in the past is for social issues. Anytime there is something we're working on, I work on it as a project to raise awareness. But right now I'm doing a lot of things. So I'm doing personal projects for original pieces that I intend to exhibit in future.
Yes.
And a couple of commissions here and there. Those ones usually pay the bills.
Yes.
You know? Yeah, because you know when you're doing your own original pieces, you're not guaranteed that
someone will like it and buy.
You know? Yeah, so you have to work on it, not thinking about the money. You think about what the work is about.
Yes.
Then when the time comes to exhibit it, I always say, whenever you sit down and work on a piece, there's the owner of that piece somewhere, and they'll eventually meet that piece, and it will find them.
Yeah.
Whether it's the day that you show it or the next year or when, but they usually find it.
Yes.
You might even find the person who collects is not the owner. It will find the owner Kombele.
Yes.
Yeah, so right now I'm working on personal projects for exhibitions that are coming up. And a couple of social, should I call them social projects? Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So that is a good run. I think it's a good mix of everything. You have what is paying the bills for clients, Hapa. You are on contemporary, so that means you're speaking about current issues, about in your current space, and you're also working on your own solo project. I think that's a good 360 of what a person should honestly be working on. So you talked about art exhibitions, and there's one that is up and coming. Talk to me about it.
Which one?
I found one. Yes? Or the one that is ongoing, Ubuntu.
Oh, the Ubuntu project, Art Bridging Borders.
Yes.
So Art Bridging Borders is an exhibition by artists across Kenya and the United States.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a virtual exhibition. So the gallery space, we're used to going to physical galleries.
Yes.
So this is a virtual one where you just click on your gadget, on your device, and you join the exhibition, view all the artworks. And it's a work by the Ubuntu project,
yes,
which is powered by 3 universities. That's Kenyatta University, Arizona State University, and University of Arizona. Yeah, so yeah, I think it's about 40 artists, so that's quite a number of artists from all over Kenya and all over US, and
yes,
excited to see all kinds of work that come from that diverse.
Yeah, what was the theme of the Ubuntu project, or what were they trying to achieve?
Oh yeah, so it's a celebration of Black excellency. I remember on the opening there's this professor, I'm terrible with the names, I don't remember the name, but he said anytime he meets an African, he knows this person is the best at what they do, or they're striving to be the best. So this is what this exhibition is about. We are all Africans, whether you're in Africa or in the diaspora, and we are all working towards showing the world what being African is.
Yeah. I actually do agree with that statement. Tukipatana naye amejituma vibaya sana. Like honestly, they are working hard. They are out there striving to be or already, being the best version of themselves. I agree with that one for a first. Then there was also worship and paint.
Yeah.
What was worship and paint about?
So worship and paint is we do, we used to sip and paint,
yes,
those kind of painting events where people come together and do some stuff.
Yes.
People sip uji, people sip alcohol, they do all kinds of things. But for this one, we come together and talk about God.
Yes.
We talk about the love that the Lord had for us, for all of us, and why we should love each other the same way. And it's a good opportunity for all of us to just strengthen our relationship with God, because we know it's a personal relationship.
True.
And at the same time explore that through creativity by painting. So we have the 3rd edition of Worship and Paint, which is coming up on the 27th this month
of April.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So how can someone come in to Worship and Paint?
Yeah, so we've had tickets going. I think the early bird tickets are out, but you can still get the advanced tickets, which are on our site, Hustle Sasa, and worshipandpaint.hustlesasa.shop.
Yes.
Yeah, you can find the tickets there. Join us. We have group tickets, so make sure you come with your friends. And we'll get to know more about each other, about art, and most importantly about God.
Wow, amazing. How this is the 3rd edition of Worship and Paint. How have the 1st and 2nd been?
So actually, Worship and Paint is run by a friend of mine who founded it, Levi. Shout out to him for doing that. And the 1st and 2nd edition were amazing. The turn-up was incredible.
Yeah.
The impact was felt, So I'm looking forward to this 3rd one that's coming up. Yes. I can't wait to connect with all of you.
Wow, amazing. So do we actually get to paint?
Yeah, you get to paint. You get to paint.
Right, so you actually get to paint a piece and complete. I want to take you back kidogo to the Ubuntu project. Are there some of your pieces that are on the exhibition?
Yes. The Ubuntu Art Bridging Borders exhibition. I have 2 pieces showing. One's titled "To Live is to Love," and the other is "Nairobi to Paris." Yeah.
Well, I think I saw the to live is to love piece. When I was going through it, I saw the man with the flower.
Yes.
I think I saw that one. Why those specific 2 pieces amongst your 1,000?
That's a good question. A question that I've not thought about.
Yeah.
But it was just random. I can say those were the pieces that were available. Because, you know, one thing that you have to figure out if you're an artist trying to show your work in different places, you have to know which pieces are available for exhibitions, which ones are not.
Are not true.
Yeah, so those ones were available for that. And it being virtual, I saw that it's relevant for the 2 of them.
Exactly. Yes. So did you present your pieces virtually, or they are actually at a gallery somewhere?
I presented them virtually.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So go there, enjoy. You will get amazing pieces, and also just the fact that it is from the comfort of wherever you are at. I think Derek can tell you going to a gallery is not one of the cheapest things to do. So if you can just experience that virtually, there's a beginning, there's a step, baby steps towards you actually going there. I want to talk about this piece, Nairobi to Paris. What inspired it?
This piece has a special place in my heart. It's a piece I worked on with a friend of mine, King Nasibi. He's an R&B musician in Kenya. So he told me, I've been watching him work on his music before he even started recording. So when the time came to drop this song, he approached me and told me he'd really love for me to do a piece for the cover. So if you look at the piece, you'll see there's the Eiffel Tower and the skyline. If you look closely, you'll notice it's Nairobi. So it's a reflection of the song where a young man is dreaming of being in Paris, the city of love, with their lover, but they are stuck in Nairobi, so they just have to deal with it like that. So that piece encompasses that.
That is a nice piece. That's a nice piece with a very unique message. I like that. I like that a lot. Question: the timelines. Like, how long does it take you to put a piece together? Of course, I know one factor is what the piece is about, but on average, how long does it take you to work on a piece from beginning to end?
I always fumble when I'm asked that question. So, because I even devised a way of keeping track. It's hard for me to keep track of time when I'm painting, when I'm creating my work, because when I get into the zone, I lose track of time, I lose track of space. So it's hard for me to keep track. But if I have to give a timeline, right now I'm working so hard to finish a piece in one sitting in a day, but that's not part of my process. My process involves a lot of taking breaks, looking at the work. I might even just stop working on it entirely and read a book while I'm there. So it's hard for me to keep track of how long it takes.
Keep track of how long it takes.
But typically, okay, it's so hard.
But also when there are deadlines involved, he will deliver. So at least we know that. So you tell him, I need this in the next week. Somewhere in the 6th or 5th day, he will work on it and he will, get it done. The prices for your pieces, again, the range, of course, because I believe different pieces have different prices. How much do they go for? Where can someone get your pieces? And can someone order, a personalized piece, and how much does that commission a piece?
So you can always reach out to ibalaistudios@gmail.com. You can ask for the catalog and see the works that are available. But apart from that, you can check out our socials. But I can tell you, come to the exhibitions. That's where most of the thing happens. And for pricing my work, I don't have a standard way of pricing, because pricing comes with, it's part of the process when you're creating, when you're done, when you're signing. But I can say there is a project I've worked on, it's called Flowers, where I've done a couple of small pieces of paintings of flowers. It's a celebration of of beauty
Yes.
in nature,
Yeah.
celebration of the people around me.
Yeah.
And the pieces are sized F4, and each one goes for 3,500 shillings.
Yes.
And yeah, apart from that, the other works that I do, the pricing, the range, I can just give you a range.
Yes, that is actually what I want. Yes.
Yeah, I've not yet hit, I've not had a piece that's hit 50,000. But yeah, niko hapo kwa hiyo range.
So it's in between hapo from 3,500 going all the way to 50 and hopefully more.
Yeah,
because I've seen way more expensive art pieces. And I don't know, that artist is very taste personalized, so I may not know whether this one is worth this amount or not, but 3,500 to 50 sounds pretty in the actually medium range. So if you want to get a piece, you can do that. Personalized pieces,
yes,
in the same range. Yes, all right. So if you want to get a piece commissioned, what size?
That's what I discuss with the client. They tell me the size they want, then we come to an agreement on.
Okay, yeah. So it could be as an A4 to a life size painting. However you want it, it can be done. Future, what is the rest of the year? Because I know there are plans that are going on. Are there any art exhibitions in the near future? And then where are we seeing Ibalai in the next, say, 5 years?
That's a lot of questions.
Yeah, that is 2 questions. In the course of the year, what are the exhibitions that we are expecting?
Okay, like right now we have some ongoing.
Yes,
the Art Bridging Borders exhibition, which is virtual. It's closing end of the month. Yeah, so you can just even check it out online. You can just search, you'll find it there and join in. There's another one at the Nomad, African Nomad Art Space in Nyali, Mombasa. It's the Affordable Contemporary Art Show. It's ongoing till 20th, so you can pass by and check out the works by myself and other artists.
Yes.
Yeah, and in the near future, in May, we have the Affordable Art Show by the Museum Society. I'll be showing there. And yeah, those are the ones that are confirmed.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think at this point, this is a good point for you to give us your social media handles, because I know once they are closed, you post them on there, and someone can be able to follow and say, okay, this one is happening this much, I can be able to attend. So social media handles. Yeah,
you can find me across all social media platforms at Ibalai Derek.
Yes. It's simple. Ibalai Derek. The Ibalai Studios.
Ibalai Studios, the same. We're on Instagram and Twitter. We are still working to put up the website, but very soon we'll be having that. So you can find, you can find us at Ibalai Studios and at Ibalai Derek.
All right. So which one of those you're going to find him and be able to interact with his work. How are we seeing Ibalai in the next 5?
In the next 5?
Yes. Yes, please feel free.
I don't know if I'm the only one who gets a little bit scared when you think about the future, because it's so uncertain.
You're not the only one.
It's so uncertain. But I can say in the next 5 years, I'm looking forward to have produced quite a large body of work. And yeah, I'm also looking forward to have established Ibalai Studios in a way that now I'm working with a lot of creatives in the company, because right now we do just partnerships.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can say that's what I'm looking for. And I'm also looking forward to being still here, healthy, and yeah.
Exactly. If you are not, the rest would not, would not be able to happen. One last question. Do you teach art?
Yes, I do. I've been teaching kids art for quite a while now. I've been giving private classes. And also, there's a time we used to do Sunday art camps with kids. So, yeah, I do a lot of that. I've not tried working with adults yet, but I'm thinking I'll start exploring that. But the approach I'm taking right now to doing the art classes is I want to do a lot of art camps for kids, because being a kid, I didn't experience that bit.
Yes.
I never got myself surrounded by other kids who are artists like myself as a kid. So I'm thinking that's very important. look into doing that very soon.
And it is because, like you said, I also don't really think there were a lot of spaces specifically for art, and to just interact with other people that are of similar interest, especially at a young age. All right, so if you have a kid as well, you'd like to enroll them, Ibalai at Ibalai Studios or at Ibalai Derek. I believe those inboxes can be able to help you to get a private class or a kids camp, especially now that kids are at home. By the way, watoto wako home.
Kwanza wako nyumbani.
Exactly, watoto wako home. So if you want them, I hope there is a kids camp somewhere or a training session that they can be fixed in there. Yeah. Please at Ibalai Studios or at Ibalai Derek, and you can be able to get in touch and get your kid with other like-minded kids to explore, because like we said, art is huge. There's a lot that you can be able to do. So if yours specifically is what Derek deals with, he can be able to help. Derek, thank you so much for being here. It's been an honor and a pleasure to pick your brain, to pick your brain on art. So that can be, thank you for visiting us today. Please remember to attend on the 27th of April, Worship and Paint. You will have done yourself a great justice. I think any platform to talk about God and do something interesting at the same time, that is very nice. So the 27th of April 2024 at the Crafty Market, Karen, from 11 a.m. If you can be able to attend, please do. Derek will be there, of course.
Yes.
And other other artists,
and
other creatives that are going to help you have an amazing time and talk about God at the same time. I like the key verse actually on that specific Worship and Paint. Iko hapo chini. I have seen it and I like that verse. Yes, we love because we were first loved. We love because he first loved us. 1 John 4:19. Very nice verse. So if you can be able to attend, please make time and do exactly that. Derek, thank you for joining us today. It's been an honor and a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I've had a good time.
You are most welcome. Yeah. All right, guys, that is where we close our lounge number 1. We are at 46 minutes past 9, so we are coming on to close.
Lola is an app that gives you a chance to watch videos, listen to audios, and read articles wherever you are for free. Motivational stories, dramas, campus life, technology, lifestyle, adventure, sports, academics, jobs, entertainment, and more. Download Lola now on Play Store. All you need, you got Lola.
Are you an aspiring media practitioner, a graduate, or you just want to advance your skills in television production? Then welcome to Kenyatta University, where education meets innovation. KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering short courses in TV studio, field technical operations, and video editing. Through these courses, you will acquire hands-on skills on camera operations, media production, lighting techniques, audiovisual editing, and sound and visual control, and how to operate key equipment in modern TV control room. Enroll today at KUTV and discover your full potential in cutting-edge TV broadcasting. Graduates of these courses will receive professional certificates. For more information, visit our offices at KUTV Studios or call us on 020-870-4252 or 020-870-4255 or SMS us on 0739-110-544. KUTV, a new experience.
I'm Associate Professor in the Institute of Philosophy of Jagiellonian University in Krakow, Poland, and I'm the main coordinator of the Cafe project, which is being here hosted by Kenyatta University.
My name is Ewa Hudoba. I am a project manager in this consortium. Keep watching cutting-edge research at Kenyatta University Television.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you're having a fantastic time. Thank you for keeping me company on Art and Culture Monday all the way from 7 a.m. I've had a fantastic time. Cool, calm, great conversations, great places that you can be able to go to. And thank you for keeping me company. This is Rajula 254. Anasema, my good director friend Derek has a God-given Solomonic wisdom. Bro, I'm happy for you. You are going far. That was from our conversation on the play that is called Loose Ends, written by Marvin Kibicho, directed by Derek Omondi. And I am happy to remind you that one, there are free tickets. We have a few free tickets, and all you're doing is inboxing on KUTV Kenya on Instagram. That's easier actually. KUTV Kenya on Instagram. Just tell me the name of one of the actors in Loose Ends. All right, just give me one name. I don't even want to one name. Remember also to send your name, your full name, your ID number, so we can be able to get your ticket to go and attend Loose Ends. That is actually happening this Friday at 6 p.m. the Saturday on 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. and have an amazing time. Also, Loose Ends has good news after good news, because there's a flash sale today and the tickets are going for just 1,000 bob. Early bird tickets are going for 1,300 bob, but if you buy today before midnight on the flash sale that is ongoing, you can be able to get your ticket at 1,000 bob. All right, so if I were you, I'd grab that one right now and run home and just go and enjoy this Friday at 6 p.m. and this Saturday at 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. to go and enjoy the play that is Loose Ends. Number 2, we are moving on to the one that we have talked about just right now, worship and paint. We have had the conversation with, again, another Derek Ibala, and Ibalai, sorry. Worship and Paint, the 3rd edition, is going on the 27th of April at Crafty Market at Karen from 11 a.m. All right, so if you can be able to join, you can get your tickets at worshipandpaint.hasosasa.shop. Get your tickets and just go and have an amazing time painting, worshiping, and talking about God. All right, another one and the last one on our art calendar today are art classes. April holiday art classes. We have not forgotten that kids are at home, so April holiday art classes by Patrick Mukabi Art Studio is going to be happening at T Mall along Langata Road on the 10th to the 12th of April. The 9th to the 12th of April. 10th to the 12th of April from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Age from 9 years all the way to 16 years. So if your kid is 9 to 16 years, they can be able to attend. Charges are 3,600 bob per child. Activities will include on day 1, that is the 10th of April, charcoal on paper, 2 sessions. On day 2, which will be the 11th of April, will be acrylic painting on canvas. And on the last day, on the 12th of April, will be crafts. All right, so all the art materials are provided, so your kid just needs to show up. All right, get them 3,600, make that payment, and they just show up. All the materials will be provided for them. There's the art teacher is the artist as well, Patrick Mukabi. There's a till number right there on the poster, and you can RSVP from the number that has been given on the poster. So if you can do that, your kid is going to have a phenomenal 3 days on this April holiday that is probably going to form some of the memorable moments of their childhood. I think 3,600 is well affordable for that kind of a session and a memory and just some art lesson. All right, thank you so much. Thank you for keeping me company and staying tuned to Art and Culture Monday. I think we are done. Our art calendar today was full, so if you have things you want to go on from this Friday to Saturday to Sunday to the rest of the April month, keep it Art and Culture Monday. Keep it KUTV Kenya on our socials, and we are going to keep you posted and informed. Thank you so much for keeping me company. It's been an honor and a pleasure. I'll see you guys next Monday, same time, same place, same amazing show.